Dr. Chapa's daughter ever checked out our YouTube account.
No. I didn't check out hers.
What's up? Good morning, Curt. Okay, you all right? Hey, Curt, give me a mic check.
Mic check.
Keep checking.
This is Curt Casper. You're listening to Kickstart on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong about that. So check it out. It's Monday. It's a beautiful Monday. We're about to get this going. We're running a little bit behind, but not really, because it is the perfect start. We got 20 seconds, and we're going to get right into this show. Hopefully, y'all are having a wonderful day. Shout out to AD Jewel from SDVA Solutions, checking on us, making sure that we're good. Thank you for everybody that's watching this video right now. We're going to have a fun time today. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And it is a beautiful Monday morning. My favorite day of the week. It's a blank canvas. We have a palette that can be made into anything. And I'm wondering where this week is going to take us.
Did you say palette because you're thinking about all the delicious food that you can add to your palette this week?
No. I was just thinking of I don't know why, but
palette sounds good because
sure.
I feel like we're going to add a couple new items to our menu this week. A couple new like food groups that we can be like, man, we've had that before.
Like vegetables.
Yeah,
that'll be new.
Kangaroos. Emu,
yes. Right now it's 8:54. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And I've been thinking about this, and I mentioned this to you, Curt, over a text message. I'm trying to see if we can weasel our way into a TV show. You know, we have a bunch of people who are faithful, who come and hang out with us on Facebook Live. We have a bunch of people that we also like to promote in the community, people that are doing awesome things. And one of those people that we're going to be doing some stuff with later is the Oasis Foundation. That is a visit we're going to go pay to them today. That's Ashley Gillespie and her foundation.
Yeah, it's going to be really kind of cool. They help out autism children in the community, get them a school. And so we're going to go and check out their new stuff. They kind of got flooded out during Harvey, rebuilt. And today is their first day of school.
Day one. They are going to start this program, and it's going to do some awesome things. So we're going to go do a Facebook Live there later. I think around 12 o'clock or so. Whenever we get done here, we're going to head straight over there, kind of showcase what they have going on. It's really exciting. But back to the TV show stuff. So we have a fun time in here. We are trying to put together like a proposal, trying to put together a little bit of equipment that we can make happen, hopefully, to where the quality of our live stream, the quality of our YouTube stream, and everything else will go up. And I'm really excited about that. And with all of that in mind, I think it'd be cool if we had it as a program and we throw it on TV.
I like that idea. I think, for you and me, they say we have the best looking faces for radio.
Oh, yeah.
And we have the best voices for the newspaper. I think that's the first step to getting a TV show.
Easily.
I mean, can you see this radio face?
I do. But surprisingly, we have people that tune in every day. And they love what we have going on. So I'm guessing with the updated cameras and switchers and all the other fun stuff that we're putting together, we'll be able to hide our faces, and then people want to tune in anyways.
Could I superimpose like Seth Rogen or somebody who definitely looks like me still, but is a little different on my face and still get recognition?
Like Mr. Bean?
Oh, I could be Mr. Bean.
I loved that show.
Who else? Chris Pratt?
Chris Farley. Oh, Pratt.
Chris Pratt. I got the Chris Pratt face.
No, it's a little more Chris Farley than the Pratt.
What if I had the Chris Pratt face with the Donald Trump body?
That's fair.
Perfect.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know where to go with that one. It's 8:56 right now. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. I have to say a special thank you to all of the sponsors and partners that we have that help make this radio program possible, to help make this radio station possible. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, and we love that. So if you're wondering, hey, how can I partner with KHEA? All you have to do is go to khearadio.com. There's a couple buttons on there. You can hit donate now. You can also hit become a partner, become a sponsor. There's all kinds of things. There's options for businesses. There's options for individuals. If you just want to make a reoccurring $10 a month donation, we would greatly appreciate it. That helps keep us on the air.
Yeah, and possibly helps us get those cameras and the lights and the mobile studio.
Yes.
We did have somebody ask last week. They were like, hey, can you come on out and do like a live, like your show live at our restaurant? And I was like, we'd love to, but we can't yet.
At this time.
We want to, but we need your donations in order to help get us there.
Yeah, we are this close. I can smell it. I can feel it. I can almost like hold the imaginary gear, like hit the buttons. But I am excited. We're on the way, and we're glad to partner with a bunch of awesome businesses in our area, and we're looking to expand. Honestly, I know it sounds funny, but like around the world. So I'm excited.
Could we get so the word is called syndicated. Syndication is when you're in like different markets at the same time.
Yeah.
Would would people pay for Kickstart to be syndicated?
Yes. I feel like there have already been people that are saying, hey, y'all need to be on the air on the FM in Dallas. Y'all need to be on the air over like in Corpus Christi. Y'all need to be on the air here. And the cool thing about that is there are ways where you can access us from anywhere in the world.
Yeah, because you can go from anywhere in the world at 601 Delaney Road.
It's true.
If we get syndicated and we have to keep doing like our restaurant giveaways and stuff like that, I think we would need a jet. Because we'd have to fly our jet to Corpus Christi.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have to fly the jet to, Los Angeles, California to try the new biggest hit craze restaurant.
Yes.
I think we could make it happen.
I have a solution.
What's that?
We're going to have to buy big drones, and we're just going to attach the drones to our back and then just fly it. Or you know what? Better yet, I'll just attach a drone to you and then I'll fly you. And I'll just put some like of those drone goggles on you, so I'll be able to see where you're going, and it'll be good to go, man. It'll be good to go.
Ooh, I like the idea of flying a drone. Would you be able to remotely fly it from here?
Easy.
And then
I have no training, but I'm a fast learner. I can learn real quick.
I love this. I love where this is going. So we went from having like, hey, we want to do mobile stuff to now we want to be syndicated on TV with graphics, being able to fly a drone all the way across the country.
Yeah, pretty much all of that to say thank you to our partners, Texas Chronicles, History, Mystery, and Adventure. Thank you to SDVA Solutions. Thank you to Parish and Parish Tractor Services. Thank you to Soul Cafe.
I-45 Now.
Thank you, I-45 Now. TJ is awesome. We've had him on the air, and we're looking to get him back in again. Thank you to everybody who helps make KHEA Radio possible. Thank you to Ricardo Daniels and Farmers Insurance.
Oh, I forgot to tag them. I was going to tag the farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Yes, that's their little tagline.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
But shout out to Ricardo. Thank you for partnering with KHEA and helping make everything that we do possible here. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. Right now, it's 9 o'clock. This is Kickstart and KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. I have to brag about a business that we kind of believe in, and there's a video going on with a giveaway right now. Yeah,
Bonnie's Donuts in Leak City has they're kind of known for their 5-pound cinnamon roll. That's 5 pounds of delicious cinnamon roll with like icing on top of it.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge that we're trying to figure out. Can somebody take down the entire 5-pound cinnamon roll all in one sitting?
I think Dr. Chapa can.
Ooh.
Dr. Chapa, he is going to be on the air tomorrow morning. I think Dr. Chapa should be entered into this cinnamon roll challenge.
I think that would be the worst idea.
That would be the best idea.
Can you imagine? I don't think Dr. Chapa has had that amount of sugar in his lifetime.
For the sake of video, it would be like he's all about experiments. He likes, experimenting on himself. Like, hey, I'm going to see how long I can do a detox. I'm going to see how many I can do. I think we should see what happens. Of course, we'll run it by him, or we'll just disguise the cinnamon roll as like a giant apple. And they'll have Bonnie's decorate it like an apple. They'll see, and we're like, here you go, Dr. Chapa. We brought you this awesome apple. And
dang,
he would tear into it and be like, this is the best apple I've ever had in my life, hands down.
We did have like 5 or 6 people reach out and say, sign me up for that challenge. I'm so down. And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
So I think the plan is this Saturday.
Ooh.
Possibly. We still haven't talked to Bonnie's Donuts. They are excited. They shared our post. They're like, yeah, we want to do this, but we need to talk to them first before we confirm this is the details.
Yeah.
But on Saturday, we are going to invite up to 5 people, I think, to come out and try
maybe more. We just need to work out the details. Once we talk to Bonnie's, we'll have a clearer vision, because my vision is like, yeah, we'll rent out, we'll rebuild the Astrodome and it'll be packed, and we'll have like a food eating competition. Ooh. There will be like millions of people who want to participate, and everybody will be able to finish it. That's my vision.
We should do teams of 2 though? Because 5 pounds is a lot.
So here's what I think, and this is just off the top of my head. And I don't know, there may be like a generic food eating rule guide suggestion box. I don't know. So here's what I'm thinking. So you have 1 hour to finish Bonnie's 5-pound cinnamon roll.
Check.
For 30 minutes, you eat by yourself, and then you are allowed to bring in a person if needed. If you finish it by yourself in 30 to 40 minutes, maybe like it's like 40 minutes, but then you get to bring in one more person like at the 45-minute marker. So you need somebody else on hand.
I feel like that's too easy.
You think so? Dude, okay. Me and you went to town on that cinnamon roll, ate as much as we could, and we barely put a dent in it.
I wasn't trying to eat it. I feel like I could have really taken, I think I could do the whole 5 pounds by myself.
Icing and all?
Icing and all, 5 pounds in my belly. Let's go.
And are we allowing people to dip it in water? Or are they allowed, like, okay, you can soak it, but you can dip it in icing?
It's got to be milk. It can't be water. Oh, I can't even imagine sticking the 5-pound cinnamon roll inside of water.
And are we allowing professionals? I feel like we should have one professional food eater.
Eric the Electric, right?
That's the one. He went to Red Oak Cafe and took down their pancake challenge. Got it named after himself. We have a meeting with Red Oak Cafe, right?
Yeah, Friday afternoon.
So come into Red Oak Friday afternoon if you want to see us there, out in the wild.
2:00.
Ooh. You're giving out specific times.
Oh, wait. We're not supposed to do that. Oh, don't come out into the wild. So hopefully on Saturday, we'll be able to have the challenge and ready to go. So for those of you who are wondering, and for those of you who are texting, we said we would reach out to you today. We will have an answer after our show once we get a hold of Bonnie's Donuts and confirm all of the details, and we hash out more of these rules. Can you have a partner? What time can you bring in that partner? Can you do the whole challenge by yourself? I think it's more exciting if you say 5 pounds by myself. Or 5 pounds plus my kid. Like maybe at the 40 mark, you can only bring in your kid. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But bringing in another fully grown adult at the 40 mark, I feel like everybody would finish it.
I don't know. I would like if they finished it. I want people to win. And what are they going to win? That's one thing people have asked. What are we going to win? That's a good question.
Trophy.
We don't know.
Big trophy.
Yeah, like as big as it's going to be, just like the Vince Lombardi or like the
Vince Lombardi
replica trophy.
It looks just like a football. It's a donate eating challenge that looks like a football.
Yeah, why do we get a basketball trophy? Oh, the trophy store had it. We kind of like scratch out with a knife, like a screwdriver, like what it says, like championship footballs. Nope.
Chef Mary Bass, who is watching on our Facebook page, said, by yourself, it's not a real challenge otherwise.
Man, a cinnamon roll trophy or a plaque with their name on the wall. That's a great idea. And a t-shirt.
See, I was thinking like a month's supply of cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Like you could come in unlimited amount of times and get the 5-pound cinnamon roll. That was my suggestion, but I like the trophy and t-shirt. That's definitely a lot more doable.
If multiple people finish it, is it going to be the first person who actually completes it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think the best time. Especially if we're lining everybody up. And see, that's why we need numbers, because she would need to know how much to make before.
Right. I know they keep some in stock, but it's always a good idea to give them a call and then you can place an order. Because some people have been saying, hey, how can I take this to my office? It's a good Friday morning breakfast. Everybody's going to love you at the office if you're bringing in a 5-pound cinnamon roll.
Yeah, and it's really kind of cool to see, just what they can do with the other donuts too.
Yeah.
Like I saw the other day, like a pizza donut. It was literally like slices of pizza.
I saw that.
It was awesome. Cool. I was like, that's really cool. So yes, Bonnie's Donuts in Leak City. We are giving away gift cards to Bonnie's Donuts. Make sure that you go and check out that video on our page, KHEA Radio.
Right now it's 9:06. It's Monday morning. We have a fun week. We have a busy week going on. Thank you for watching on Facebook. If you're watching right now and you like what we're talking about, if you like helping support local business and KHEA Radio in general, feel free to like this video, give us a heart react, share it out. Sometimes I'll go back and look on some of the talk groups and I see that people share our morning show in there, and it's it's like, hey, do I know that person? But it's cool to see some of our stuff out there. But I have to say thank you to the people that take the time to do that.
Be careful, though. You don't want to end up in Facebook jail.
It's worth it.
It's worth it, though, to share our stuff into those groups.
Yeah, because we can only break out of Facebook jail so many times. So it helps if we spread it out. And then they'll also see like, oh, well, people want to see this. People are enjoying sharing this. Maybe we shouldn't put these guys in Facebook jail so much.
What is my next punishment? I had like
I can tell you right now.
Punishment.
It's Facebook prison.
I got a week
where you're going to be doing hard time. Real hard time, Facebook prison. Oh, man. Good morning to everybody watching on Facebook. Good morning to Joe Perez and the Texas Chronicles History, Mystery, and Adventure. We have Joe Perez and his page, Texas Chronicles, doing cool things. We're proud to partner with Joe and Texas Chronicles doing some cool things. Did you run into Joe this week? I don't have it confirmed. Do we have some background, like maybe what the next place Joe's adventure is going to take him? Let's try and take a guess.
Yeah, can we confirm? Like, is there a Joe sighting? Like, I feel like that should be a show in itself.
I saw Joe. Like,
I saw Joe.
Everybody has walkie-talkies.
Move in.
It's like, where in the world is Carmen
Perez.
Sandiego? Yeah, but Joe Perez. Exactly.
I love it.
So there's a lot of places that he should go check out, but there's only one Joe, and he does awesome work, and still need time to do everything else with your family and all that stuff. But it's always a guess, like, where is the next place Joe Perez is going? I think you should go to the Texas Pit Stop sometime.
Ooh, I like that.
Check out the Casper.
Ooh, can you do an entire episode on the Casper? I would love that.
Curt, you would just be like, okay, Joe, here's what you need to do. Because Curt hangs out at the Texas Pit Stop all the time. Because
that's where I get my sandwich.
Because they have a sandwich named after himself.
I think Joe Perez, my mom is coming to town the 18th through the 25th.
That's true.
She has no idea that her son is on the radio. No idea that there's a sandwich called the Casper. So those are things that I'm going to be showing her. I haven't seen her in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like having a Texas Chronicles about the Casper would just be the best, the best gift ever that my mom could receive when she's in Texas for the very first time.
That would be an interesting thing. I
like that idea. It's the greatest episode. I feel like that video would have
at least like 10 views, and it's your mom. Your mom.
I was going to say 10 million views, and it's my mom. Only my mom 10 million times.
Joe, we have an idea, and I think we can break the 1 million view marker with one of your videos, but it involves us. I honestly think we could break 1 million views. Me and Curt have been kicking around some ideas for a while now. I say we try and make it happen.
I do too.
Yeah, Joe has some awesome videos. Go check out Texas Chronicles History, Mystery, and Adventure.
That is a video that I wouldn't mind being put in Facebook prison for.
To get 1 million views?
To get 1 million views. Be like, why are you creating all these fake profiles? Posting these in this group. The Talk of Galveston group is like, get out of here. We're going to boot you every time. I'm like, but it's a different person. It's just Curt Casper the Fourth. Yeah, that's true. It's 9:10. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. All of this kind of leads us to a good question. 80 Jewel from SDVA Solutions is asking, so what are we doing for the party? Because Curt's 30th birthday party is coming up. Curt's 30th birthday. He's about to be the big 30. He is excited about it, as you can tell, as he screams no in the background. It's on the 21st. I don't want to turn 30.
So what kind of show are we having? Are we going to have a party that day?
I think we need food. I did reach out to Dustin from Smokin' D's Barbecue. I would love to have Smokin' D's Barbecue in here just because I love Dustin and I love what they're doing.
And their food. Yeah.
But Dustin works at a plant, and so I don't know if he can get in. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you have planned for that day? I'm trying not to celebrate it, because if I celebrate it, then I turn 30. If I don't celebrate it, I can't turn 30.
What do y'all think? What should we do? Whenever it's Curt's birthday, I say we have like some Bonnie's donuts in here that say happy birthday, Curtsy. That's what I'm thinking.
Curtsy
from Bonnie's.
The corn Casper.
Oh, you just want more donuts. You're like, how can I? Because at first, whenever I gave Curt that nickname, he was like, no, I hate it. And then you're going to be like, Curtsy, the cornless, the Casper of Nebraska.
I want like the whole studio line. No, I don't want to celebrate my 30th.
Dude, you're funny.
30 is old.
No, it's not. You keep saying that, but it's honestly not. I guarantee you, probably everybody watching right now,
I feel like my back is like cracking and breaking just thinking about it.
That sounds like a health issue, like your own. Maybe you should do some stretching.
My back. I need a cane. I'm 30.
And also, I feel like part of, being old and feeling old is it's all in your head.
Mindset.
It's a mindset. It depends on how you live your life and staying active and just trying to take care of yourself as much as you can, and just doing things in reason. So I think your 30th birthday, we're going to have to do something in studio. If anybody has any recommendations, any ideas, what should we do for Curt's 30th birthday show?
Also, I think that is the day that we're going to invite my mom on. I feel like that would be a good show to have her on. She's been on the phone before.
Oh, yeah.
But never in studio. Like I said, I haven't seen my mother in 2 years, so it's going to be really kind of cool to see.
Will she recognize you?
Probably not. Last time I saw her, I think I was like 275 pounds of pure lean muscle. And now I'm 195 pounds, and I still don't see my ribs yet.
Is that important to you? Seeing, because you mentioned that last night. You sent me a text message and Dr. Chapa in the middle of church. So I was like, oh, this must be very important. And it was a link to a diet called the boiled egg diet, or the egg diet. I don't even know what it was, boiled egg diet. And so I asked you, I was like, what's the purpose of this text? Like, what is the purpose of the diet? Or like, what were you asking? Can you kind of...
Oh, I just said like, hey, would this be fun to do? Like, could you literally lose 25 pounds by eating what they recommend?
I think so. Probably, because it was like eat 2 boiled eggs and then a piece of bread. And then for dinner, for dinner, eat like salad. But yeah, if you do that for 2 weeks, you'll lose some weight, but you just have to do something healthy too.
Somebody asked me yesterday, they're like, man, you need to stop losing weight. There's like nothing left. I'm like, listen, I still don't see my upper ribs. I'm going to keep going until that happens.
You want to see your upper ribs.
No, you don't. But that was the joke. Like, no, there's still fat here. I still have ways to lose.
Wow.
Still working on that beach body.
Yeah,
sure.
You got a bit of time because summer's coming up in like a long time. We just got through it, so you have about a year to work on it. I think you got this, man.
Perfect time.
Right now, it is 9:15. This is Kickstart. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break, look at the weather. If you've been paying attention at all, there's some stuff going on like out there coming in, so we need to make sure we're prepared and be careful. Kurt's going to give us a look at what's coming up. This is the KHEA Kickstart Weather Center, brought to you by Texas Chronicles, History, Mystery, and Adventure with Curtsy, probably full of corn, Casper.
It's currently 78 degrees right now in Lamarck, Texas. It is showers this afternoon, 80% chance around like noon. Guys, be careful because the National Weather Service has issued some flash flood warnings. So if you're headed out, please be safe. 82 is your high today. Tuesday, 80, and showers and thunderstorms all throughout the next couple of weeks. So be safe out there, please.
It is 9:15. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. It's Kickstart, your new morning routine. I believe it. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we are happy that you're starting your day with us. Thank you. I'm not sure if you're at work. Maybe you're at home, or you're planning breakfast or whatever you're doing. Maybe
driving down I-45, accidentally turn the channel into us, like hitting that scan button.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before?
I have.
Where you're just driving down and hit the scan and you land on this voice.
It's gold.
It's golden.
It's liquid gold. Audio.
It's the perfect newspaper voice. Perfect.
Yeah. So speaking of newspaper, we have some like local publications that are coming in. Let's talk about some of the guests that we have, and then also we need to touch on who we have coming in today.
Oh, I'm so excited for today.
It's gonna be a blast.
So we've had like I just had a phone call with somebody. They're like, hey, can we come in at 10 o'clock? And I was like, well, kind of have to wait till October 1st because we have guests lined up at 10 o'clock all the way now through October 1st. And then we just have a lot of guests. Like on Wednesday, we have Sammy's Wild Game Grill in studio. On Thursday is the day at 9 o'clock that we need all of our listeners listening. It's the Best of Best Galveston show is coming in. On Thursday at 9 o'clock. We're trying to get a Best of Best Galveston award, even if it's by default. but they did not give us a category. So we're going to be sitting down with them.
Even if we have to make our own, and we talked about that, and we are, as long as we have the blessing of them in studio and they say, yes, you're allowed to make your own plaque. Hey, I have the order already like in my shopping cart. I just have to hit enter as long as they say it's okay. And the best of the best Galveston radio station, KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. I'm ready. Just let me know to hit the button.
You know, I think Best of Best Galveston award would be definitely one that we would hang up in the studio.
Oh, dude, I would have multiple. Yeah, in the shopping cart, I have 10 made, and I have exact places where they're going to go.
I would carry around one. So like if Pastor Hallam walked up to me like, hey, can I talk to you? I'm like, no, sorry. Talk to the Best of Best Galveston reward.
Are you serious?
Maybe.
Sometimes you take it too far.
It'd be cool. We're really excited to have Best of Best Galveston in studio to talk about all the crazy, awesome people in Galveston that do amazing things. And just there's so much that goes on in Galveston. So there's going to be a lot of people there for sure.
So Chef Mary Bass, who is a multiple winner of Best of the Best in I think multiple categories, said it's a printed piece of paper. You have to frame it yourself. Hey, we're fine with that.
We're so cool with that.
And you know what? We're fine with printing the piece of paper ourselves, and we're definitely fine with framing it ourselves. And as long as they say I can print these plaques that are in my shopping cart right now, I'm going to have all 10 of them. And I'm going to put one on this wall, one on that wall, one on that wall, one on that wall. One, I'm going to make it into a necklace so I can wear.
Yeah.
And then Kurt's going to get a necklace. I have one in our office here, which smells real bad, and we don't want to go in there. Then I have one in my office at home. I have one in where I keep my gear. And then one I'm going to put on. We have a sign out front, and it's like a brand new sign.
It's just hanging from the balloon.
And I'm going to put it hanging from the new sign, like right in the middle. It's like a fancy LED screen. And whenever someone drives by, they're going to be like, what's that tiny little plaque? Oh my goodness, KHEA Radio is the best of the best in Galveston.
I like it.
What now?
I think it would be cool, like, if people would swing by to stop and take pictures with the plaque.
Ooh.
Almost like it's a historical marker.
It is. On the map. Chef Mary said she doesn't even have her last two, which I just feel like is...
Wait. Okay, so we definitely need... then to have them in, maybe tune back in and be like, hey, where's my gift certificates? Where's my plaque? All of that needs to happen.
Yeah. So Thursday. We're going to have the best of the best Galveston in studio Thursday. We also have some more stuff going on.
Mary says you can't be the best if you're the only one. No, I think that immediately makes you the best.
What makes us the best is that we love Galveston business. Who is out there? I'm sure there are people out there doing cool stuff, but we love Galveston. You know, we like to go and showcase some places like Happy Coffee Shop.
I don't think anybody ever heard of Soul to Soul Cafe until we showed up.
Okay,
come on.
For a fact, I know that is not true. I had someone comment on Snapchat like, hey, I saw you went to Soul. I can't believe that I knew about that place before y'all did. It kind of made them happy because they said like a lot of the places that we go to, they hadn't had the opportunity to go yet. And then whenever they beat us to a spot, they're like, man, I knew about that spot before those guys went there, which is kind of neat. It's like a game.
It is.
It's like with Joe Perez, but we're like, you know.
We're behind
baby.
Joe. We're baby Joe. No, we're not. Joe's is a little different than us.
Yeah.
A lot different.
Yep.
But we do love Joe.
We do. Right now it's 9:20. This is KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. Today we're going to have some guests in studio as well. It's going to be a fun time. It's an event that we learned about through Chef Mary Bass. I saw she shared out she was going to be doing like a cooking class or some cooking video stuff with this Bay Area women's conference that's going on in this area.
Yeah, isn't it a virtual? I saw that in the press release, like a virtual cooking class.
That's cool.
And so, and the keynote speaker.
Is there going to be robots? What's up with this? Am I going to put like on my
virtual
Game Boy?
That would be a good cooking show.
Yep. It would
virtual reality cooking, like you pretend you're actually cooking, but you're not cooking. I could be a great chef if I didn't actually have to make the food.
Yeah, it's all fun until it's time to eat like fake foods, like virtual
fun and
food.
Games until the firefighters show up to put out the fire in your kitchen.
Yeah.
That's what happens at my house.
So the keynote speaker for this event is going to be JJ Watt's mom. How cool is that?
JJ Watt.
Mrs. Connie Watt will be, I wish, in studio.
I know. We need to have a sit-down interview with Connie Watt.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So how does it feel to have 3 sons that play in the NFL? How does it feel to have, 3 sons, successful college careers and all doing really cool things?
What was it like to watch your sons go to a non-superior college like Wisconsin instead of going to like Nebraska instead?
Why do you always bring up Nebraska? Nebraska's trash, man. They just lost again. Yeah, you were over there drinking the Kool-Aid, saying Nebraska's this is the year Scott Frost is back, but I don't want Nebraska football on the radio until they can manage to win a game.
So don't bring that up in front of Connie if we talk about it.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to be talking about that Bay Area Women's Conference. It's in the area. We're going to be learning all about that. I'm excited to sit down and talk and see what's going on.
Chef Mary Bass said that she'll be there cooking live. So maybe I saw a live cooking and just thought virtual cooking.
You probably thought like a Facebook or a YouTube live. Hey, I have to give a shout out to my wife. She said, "Hey, I'm watching on YouTube. Can I be a prize for being like one of the only YouTube listeners?" And I feel like she deserves that. She does.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So that is something you can do. Watch us on YouTube, and a lot of like smart TVs put us on an app. So you can go to YouTube and then find KHEA Radio on YouTube, and then just on our channel you can stream us on straight from your television. That kind of brings us full circle to our TV show that I'm planning and going to be out everywhere.
I feel like that's how we have to end this segment, is full circled.
Yeah. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It is 9:23 a.m. Monday morning. Coming up next is Building 429.
Good segment.
Yeah.
Great segment. Okay, so what was I looking up? YouTube.
Yeah.
If you go to our YouTube channel, you can actually subscribe. All of our videos are up there. I do all the work to export all of the stuff from Facebook, download the stuff, repost them. Luckily, our show automatically posts onto YouTube. So if you ever want to go back and rewatch some of our live stuff and you don't want to search through all of Facebook to do so,
easy.
You can actually go to YouTube and search for our content there.
And you can watch it by date, right?
Watch it by date.
And guests and all that. So there's a bunch of different ways to look it up.
There's some hidden gems there.
Like what?
Like, I don't want to tell you because you would probably get mad.
Well, then don't tell me. I don't want to be mad.
Hey, we have 10 subscribers, 11 subscribers.
That's cool.
We're jumping up.
We've had 0 subscribers like last time we checked that. But it's pretty new. We just started doing the YouTube thing. This may be like the start of week 2 or something. But yeah.
Your wife is definitely not watching on YouTube right now.
Oh.
It says I'm the only one right now.
She must have stopped. My daughter, she's 1. She loves the movie Moana, which I have learned to love too. Because I watch it like 3 times a day when I get home. At least it's
Moana? I have never seen it.
Moana. Yeah, it's a good movie.
I saw a little bit of it when we were working on stuff at your house on Labor Day.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Hey, the other day, whenever you shared all those videos with me, you didn't even share the one where we did at Al Garza's Premier Martial Arts. All the old giveaway videos you were sharing through Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you didn't share that one because I wanted to post that one to our... Jennifer said she is watching. How dare you?
Well, now she is. Now there's one person there.
She was probably watching the whole time, huh?
Probably,
Kurt's
maybe.
kind of a liar at times. You have to be careful with this guy.
0.
What'd you say? It says we have 2 people. What's up, Jen? What's up, River? Are you watching on the TV from there, Jen?
That's kind of cool that you can bring us up on a big screen TV.
Oh, yeah. She said she doesn't have a YouTube channel, so it doesn't show up on the chat. So she's doing the chat from here.
Whole time.
So yeah, it sounds funny, but we really are. So we're getting a switcher. We're going to get some different cameras in here, and this will be a mobile studio. So we will be able to go do like Facebook Live, like exactly like this from different locations. If somebody has an event or at a restaurant, or if Chef Mary wanted to do some cooking, we'd be able to set up, have a switcher. We could either operate it or have someone else do it and do some stuff like that. So with that, we had played around with like a TV show idea, but I think it'd be awesome.
Did you see that? I tagged you in that post from Mattress Mac.
Yeah.
And they had the microphones and they had the lights and the cameras. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really cool.
It's a cool setup.
And so we could do something like that.
It was like an interview setup. Like you would see that like on ESPN. There was the two chairs sitting across from each other. Their mics were, they were these RD20s or RE20s or what are these? Yeah, RE20s. I also like the arms. I've seen sometimes that people have the ones that come up from the bottom and then it doesn't block like people's views and stuff. Those are pretty sweet. And I also like whenever they have the foam pop filter instead of like this one.
It looks cool.
Yeah, because then you could do colors and then I assume you can take it off. Like if you like, hey, this would be mine. If you're going to talk on it, you could use yours. Just some background talk. I don't know. What's everybody up to today? What do y'all have going on this week? It is Monday, so it's a brand new week. That means you can pretty much do anything. I know there's a lot of stuff we have scheduled, but we're excited about it.
Yeah, we're sitting down with Texas City ISD today. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, Kurt's going to go back and get his
my GED.
His diploma. Yeah, I don't know. You've probably been out too long. Got to get your GED.
Yeah, there were just a few classes I missed in high school.
Yeah. But no, in all seriousness, we're going to go talk to Texas City ISD and see what they have going on. That'll be exciting to make that connection. We had a meeting last week with the city of Texas City and partnering with them on some big events that they have. We're ready for it. And we've been talking to the city of Lamarck nonstop. And we have another meeting coming up with them next week.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to be partnering with them on BioFest and some other stuff too. So, hey, is anybody on here a member of the Chamber of Commerce? Mary. Because Mary I think we're a member of every Chamber of Commerce, but I don't really understand like all of the benefits or what that means. So we need to stop in one day and be like, hey, we're members here, right? What does that mean? Oh, that's awesome. Look at Russ. So Russ was the model in our Soul to Soul cafe video because me and Curt were on some on Dr. Choppa's cleanse. So we weren't allowed to eat, which was pretty tough to do. Russ said he's taking his wife to Soul for lunch tomorrow for their wedding anniversary. Can't wait. Happy anniversary, Russ, to you and your wife.
How many years?
That's awesome. Yeah, how long have you been married now? And be sure to tell Miss Cook in Galveston and Soul to Soul that we love her and we said hi. So Ashley said both of her businesses are in the chamber. That's cool. Ashley, what are your businesses? If you don't mind, let us know. We want to give you a shout out. What you got going on?
Tag it.
AD said she always wonders the full benefits. I don't know. I am interested though.
We haven't taken advantage, I don't think, of the full benefits.
Yeah, we need to. Whatever they do, I need to know. 31 years. Congratulations, Russ. That means you have to eat 31 fried baby back ribs. each year together.
Both of you. Gardy, maybe we'll get to 31 years
of Kickstart. Man,
can you imagine? We'd be celebrating my 61st birthday.
And you'll be like, I think at that point you'd be like, I'm not old. I'm still one of the cool kids. He's gonna have like frosted tips in his hair. We're still gonna be begging like Galveston, the best of the best. Be like, we want that best of the best.
We've been at this for 31
we
years.
Just want the one prestigious award that has gotten away from us over the years.
Can you imagine what we're doing in 30? I don't even want to. How many Facebook likes would we have in 31 years?
Will Facebook be around in 31 years?
I think Facebook will.
I don't think it will.
Oh, you know what I saw the other day?
I'm sorry, Mark. I shouldn't have said that over your stream.
Don't delete
Mr. Zuckerberg. Yeah.
Don't delete us. Don't put us back in Facebook prison.
Going to Facebook prison, Facebook jail didn't teach you.
Zeroed out.
Yeah.
Would you get zeroed out if you got shot and trying to solve maybe the asteroid game?
Sometimes I feel like you shouldn't talk. Like whenever something comes in your head, like what are you talking about?
Ready Player One. I saw it this weekend.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I was trying to like tease at like, oh, I wanted you to be like zeroed out. Asteroid game. You saw Ready Player One.
No, didn't happen. Okay, here we go. Ashley.
Oh, you got to hit the see more button.
I got to hit the see more, but I'm going to do it. Let me go down here.
Definitely did a weird react. I didn't mean that, Ashley. Don't.
You put a heart.
Well, no, it was a laugh emoji.
Oh, sorry. That was
I was trying to hit see more and it won't let me.
So Ashley said we own Get Social, which does digital marketing, and Power Tech Services, which does commercial IT. The Clear Lake Chamber has been so supportive in both of our businesses. They work really hard to promote local businesses and the community. That's cool.
So Clear Lake.
Yeah, that's what's up. So Get Social does digital marketing and Power Tech Services, which does commercial IT. So the digital marketing, is that as far as like just like Facebook? on the internet and social media?
How do you, Monique, don't ask. We've done it many times.
How you get into Facebook prison? Well, that's a good question. Currently, Curt has only been put in Facebook jail.
Yeah, because it was like 2 days and then a week. But we think that the next punishment is for like prison,
lifetime
like prison time.
So yeah, he did some stuff. He had a couple days.
Yeah, I did some stuff, had a couple of days.
And then he wasn't allowed to post again for like a week after that, right? They got you.
Yeah, I literally was out of jail for like 2 hours, did something, and then was put back into jail for a week.
So, okay, Ashley said yes. Website, social media management, blogs, all that kind of stuff that gives most business owners headaches. Cool. That's very cool.
We love that.
Yep.
We have headaches over our social media too.
We just need more. Like if there was probably about like 3 of each of us.
3 of each of us.
Life would be interesting, but probably easier for the radio station.
I also feel like I think a lot of our distaste for social media would be like, man, if we were at 10,000, I think we would be happier, more content.
No, I don't think so. Because that's the way it is with things like money.
Oh, we want more.
Everybody always wants more because you're like, oh, but it's whenever it's like a physical item or like money, or if I had a car, if I had that car, I would be happy. But it doesn't matter what car you have. It doesn't matter how much money you have. There's going to be more out there. So whenever you find happiness in like those things like that, then it's tough to be happy because you're always going to want more, and you'll feel empty if you put all your like value in that. But when you have relationship with friends, you have, a relationship with God, you have a relationship with your family, and you have loved ones, then you put value in that, and then you can be happy whether you have, $1,000 in your bank account, or you have $100,000 in your bank account.
I have one word that
or 100 million in your bank account.
When we reach 10,000 Facebook likes and I have $100 million in my bank account, there's only one word that can describe it, and that is epic.
Yeah.
I love that. So Facebook gives you like recommendations on what to post. And that's always one of the words that's on there, so I always post.
Yeah.
Epic.
I feel like Curt just ruined that heartfelt moment that I had.
I thought it was good. I thought you had a lot to say. Speaking of, I'm going to ask this on Facebook later on. That I'm going to Houston Friday the 21st that night for dinner with my friend, business client.
Okay.
And my mom. And then hopefully Gardy and Jen as well, possibly. And we're looking for restaurants in Houston that are good places that's not like too expensive. But
I know
also
where you should
fun.
Go.
Where?
But it's not Houston. It's in Galveston.
We can't go to Galveston.
Why?
Because she works in
People
Houston.
Know you there. Oh, this is what it's about. We need to show your mom where we're at, where we're hitting the streets, the best of the best in Galveston.
I can do that every other night.
The best of the best. I want to go to number 13 for your birthday.
Oh, no, but see, the business client, my friend / person that is meeting my mom for the very first time.
Yeah, Jen said, are you paying?
Yes. And then works in Houston until like 5:30, so we have to do something in Houston that night.
What if...
And plus my mom really likes Houston. And I don't think last time she was here 2 years ago that she got a chance to go and see Houston. So
yeah. Hey, here's the other thing, and this doesn't have anything to do with those recommendations. So if you have a recommendation for Houston, have them come in. We went to Sammy's Wild Game Grill the other day, and we have a giveaway coming up with them on Thursday or on Wednesday. And Sammy
Wednesday.
will be
They're
in.
coming in on a Wednesday, and the giveaway video drops on Wednesday morning as well.
But we have been talking about some other things that we can give away, and what the biggest giveaway that we can think of, like right now at this point,
is a car. Oh, wait, were you going to tease that a little bit?
Well, you know, sometimes I try, but you just have this mouth where it's like, ugh.
A car.
So yeah, but we have been talking about giving away a car and how funny and fun that would be to be able to do that for one of our listeners. So we made some calls.
We have a meeting tomorrow.
And we haven't. Hey, do you want to tell this story?
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, man.
We have a meeting tomorrow. That's it.
Okay.
Now you can go back.
We have a meeting tomorrow with
Sorry, go. I'm just
Never
kidding.
mind. I'm done. I'm done. I'm this close to firing Curt. I'm posting an open position. I'm posting an open position that we are looking for a new. Anybody will do.
Come on, that was funny.
Anybody will do. So yeah, I'm done.
Mary, money.
Yeah, Mary's asking what price point for food at the place. How nice or how not, expensive.
For my mom, I would pay anything to have her have a good time. So,
well, you can have a good time like at McDonald's. It's not about.
No, I want her to try. Like she's only ever been to Texas one other time in her entire life, and that was 2 years ago to see me.
I can tell you this: she's probably never had good Mexican food in her life, which is really sad, and she's probably never had good barbecue in her life either.
She's definitely had Taco John's before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know she's probably had Taco John's before. She's probably never had good Mexican food.
No, she's had Taco John's before, so she's had good Mexican food.
That's not Mexican food. It's like fast food.
Mexican food would be great. Barbecue, I was thinking would be great. I want her to try something that she's going to be like, oh my gosh, this was awesome. I'm never going to be able to have this unless I come back to Houston. So then she wants to keep coming back to see her son.
Yeah. Well, we have a couple things. Mary said no one wants Curt's job, but
which is true.
As she says that, Russ says, how do I apply? How cool would that be? And would you be mad?
No, if it was
you
Russ,
got fired and
Russ took my job,
Russ
all day.
is promoted.
All day.
Moved over. Gardy and Russ in the mornings. Bam.
I updated some of our commercials. I don't know if you noticed this, but I put the Abundant Life.
Yeah, I wouldn't really consider that updating our commercials. You put the logo on the file. I did notice that.
Escalantes? What's Escalantes?
Oh, man, I do not like Escalantes.
Why?
Because I don't like it. I'd rather eat it like a taqueria. It's yeah.
I want the best restaurant in Houston to take my mom and
just Google it.
Gardy and
probably all kinds of different places. Google it. Best restaurant in Houston.
Best restaurant in Houston.
Yeah, Jen forgot. I don't like that place. And here there's a lot of reasons why. I don't want to get into it. Okay. I'm already on edge with Curt, and I can't get pushed over with Escalantes. What time is our guest coming in?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Sweet.
Pierre from Top Star Marketing is coming in.
You need a drink.
We're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about the women's event that's taking place, the second annual Bay Area Houston Women's Conference that's taking place coming up quick.
Yeah, I didn't like it back then either. Jen pointed out that before me and her got married, that I used to eat at Escalante's all the time. When I was living in Houston, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go meet. But now that we are, I'm allowed to say, hey, I never really liked that place. So, right? I mean, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Positivity, though, Gardy.
Yeah. Well, I don't like it.
That is also true.
There's a lot of places right here that I'd rather support, like our friends and local businesses. They go to Houston and support like a chain or somebody I don't know.
True.
Like what you want to do on your birthday. I just want to show some love to the people that show love to us.
I know, but if she wasn't working until 5:30 in Houston,
maybe she should take off for your birthday. I mean, there's all kinds of things possibly you can do. It depends on how good of a friend that she is.
She's a great friend. She's more than a
Kim San. Now we're talking.
Ooh,
that's Kim more San? My style. I love Kim San. And Kim San, I mean, it's a good price point.
Kim San. What is it? Sounds kind of like
What kind of food is it?
Guess.
Chinese food. I was gonna say Chinese food.
That would be correct. They have,
but I didn't want to be that
Chinese,
guy that says it's
like
Chinese food.
Vietnamese and
Ooh.
different, just Asian food, I suppose. Ooh, this Bonnie's Donut spot is coming up next. Y'all want to hear it?
Yes, we do.
Not you, Curt. You threw that picture in there. Don't do it. Yeah, we'll probably go on after this. After this spot, it's playing a Bonnie's Donut spot right now, talking about all the stuff they have. And so we love Bonnie's Donuts, and they have supported us, and we support them, and a lot of people in the community support them. They have some good feedback, and a lot of people love them.
Texas Lamar Chamber liking all of our pictures on Instagram.
Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We're going to have a fun 10 o'clock hour. We're going to have our guests in studio. We're going to be talking about the Bay Area Women's Conference that is going on, where keynote speaker is Connie Watt. And if the name Watt sounds familiar, it's because she has a pretty cool son that's doing some cool stuff in Houston.
JJ Watt played yesterday in New England. The Texans came up short 27-20. I thought for sure maybe that they'd make the comeback. They had the ball in the 2-minute drill at the end of the game and could not do it, could not pull it off. But it was great to see JJ playing again.
Yeah, he's healthy after not being for a little bit and having some surgery. And
I think he missed all of last year, didn't he? Or he tried to play and then missed most of it. But if you don't know, I think he raised $40-some million for Harvey relief. And has given back most of that $40 million already, just to help out and grow this community after what Hurricane Harvey did to our area. So JJ Watt, when I think of a local hero, when I think of a national hero, when I think of Superman, I think of JJ Watt.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison. He's like a real life superhero for sure. So speaking of the Texans game, I watched like the last couple minutes where they had that opportunity. Deshaun Watson, the quarterback for the Texans, he made a good throw, and it was DeAndre Hopkins. He went up and took the catch. The dude caught it. He went down, and then there was a helmet-to-helmet hit, and it made him drop the ball. So they threw a flag, and then they gave him a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. But it's kind of messed up because of a legal hit. He dropped the ball, but he was like, let's say they would have got to the 40-yard line. They would have been in a much better field position if he just would have caught it. So for them, it makes sense. Like, oh, yeah, we'll take the penalty because we only gave up 15 yards instead of giving up like 35 yards or something like that. So I was like, man, that's kind of a messed up rule because it almost encourages a player like, hey, play dirty during this play. If he drops the ball, it's no biggie because we'll just give a penalty and it puts us in a better position as a defense.
I also saw it, though, at the end of the Nebraska game that I was watching. Nebraska was winning, and they had a chance to stop them. It was like 3rd and 25, and the defensive player came up and hit the defenseless receiver.
Yeah.
At 15 yards, first down, next play, Colorado scores a touchdown, takes the lead, and wins the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it both ways where, you almost want football to be a contact sport. Back in the day, back when I was growing up, 90s, 2000s, you could hit. You could go and knock around receivers, but
what about helmet to helmet, man? I feel like that's not okay.
That's used to be the thing. But I also see it the other way, where you're like, yes, concussions, the kickoffs, all of those things where people's lives get really messed up by what they do if you hit them on the head over and over and over.
And they may have an okay career, but then like, what about after football? Football is life for a lot of people, but one day you're going to be able to stop. You have to stop. Your body won't be able to take it. The injuries will rack up, and then you're like dealing with a bunch of brain injuries, and that's a big thing.
And one of the things, like, for why I think I really, really like JJ Watt is he's one of those people who's like, okay, football's awesome, but he's not like, oh, I'm only going to play football the rest of my life. There's a lot of kids, like there's this show on Netflix called Last Chance U. And it takes a look at these players that messed up, and this is their last chance to go back and play for a Division I team. And they're like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life after football. Well, how about you get your education? And that's what the teachers always tell them. Like in the documentaries, they say, no, you need to be paying attention because you're not going to be playing football forever. And the chances of you making it to the NFL are not that great either.
Right.
You know, so like with JJ Watt, he's really said, I want to be a part of this community. Houston, Texas is my home. This is what's happened in my home. I'm going to raise this money and I'm going to give back. And I think that's more powerful than anything else.
I agree. He's a great member of our community doing some cool stuff. And we're talking about JJ Watt because there is a conference that's coming to the area where JJ Watt's mom, you know, she lives up in Wisconsin still. She has 3 boys playing in the NFL. JJ Watt's mom will be at this conference speaking later in October, I believe. So I am excited to have spread some news about this conference. Who wants to go listen to JJ Watt's mom speak? She raised JJ Watt. How cool is that?
I do.
Yeah. So that's during the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to have our guests in studio learning about this women's conference, and also celebrity local chef Mary Bass will be at that conference as well.
Yes. So we're really excited to sit down with Pierre at the 10 o'clock hour. You should be here shortly.
Yep. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, any social media, thank you so much for taking the time. Go ahead and like this video. Make sure you share it out. Let some people know about some cool stuff that's going on. Go share it in all the groups and the talk groups. And I like just stumbling across it when we spread a little bit of positivity for the most part.
It's interesting what gets shared in those groups of ours.
Yeah.
That I don't share. I share a lot from our stuff, but when I would stumble across people, they're like, "Oh, this got shared."
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's 9:48. This is Kickstart, KHEARadio.com.
Hey, so before we take a break, I just want to show this really fast to you and get your thoughts.
Oh, what?
So,
okay.
Joe Perez from the Texas Chronicle sent this and said, "You need a shirt made that says the Casper," and it's literally my face on a hamburger.
Yeah,
it's actually really cool.
It's funny.
I'm gonna turn that into a t-shirt.
Do it. Go for it. Get some shirts made, man. This is KHEA Radio and it's Kickstart. We're on till 11 a.m. every weekday morning. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for starting your day. Coming up next is United. Curt cackling. Cackling Curt.
Funny.
That's a good one.
That's good. Would you wear that t-shirt?
What color is the background? White? I guess it would have to be.
Maybe white, maybe black. That could go on a black shirt.
You'd have to choose the different, on the
top black,
like gray,
like a gray. Otherwise, it would stick out.
Green. Want to bring? I guess we'll bring her in and we'll talk. What? Yeah, we're back. We are back. So, that women's conference is taking place, I believe, in October.
Also, there's cupcakes over there. You're supposed to bring those in.
I don't want any cupcakes. Thank you.
Miss Joanne, are those cupcakes for us?
Hey, there's actually a ladies event tonight at Abundant Life. It's supposed to be aimed for it's like a back to school event. So if anybody wants to come to that, you just have to be a lady, and that's cool. You can come. So they were telling it's a good thing to invite your teachers, your kids' teachers too. You can invite anybody that you know works at a school. Invite anybody, even if you're not a teacher, or if you want to invite your neighbor, you are allowed to do that. Miss Joanne is talking. You yelled out her name, so she came back.
Those cupcakes for us.
Kurt's.
I wanted the cupcakes.
Why did you go talk to her?
I did, and she's like, I would have said yes, but they're for tonight's ladies event.
Oh, okay.
Well, there is a ladies event taking place tonight at Abundant Life Christian Center. It's a back to school kind of event, so I think it starts at 7 o'clock.
I feel like there's an echo in the room.
Because you said that.
I literally was just talking about
here.
That. You were sitting there, but that is tonight. So you are welcome to come. The only requirement is that you are a lady. It's good for people to get together, hang out.
So apparently Facebook
Facebook tried to put me in prison today.
Uh-oh.
My stuff didn't work.
Do the crime, pay the time. So, did you see that Rex Andrews, I guess he defended his belt, which is awesome. He broke the KHEA reality wrestling curse. He is the first person to come in and retain his belt, but he challenged Booker T.
I saw that.
Yes.
So
is he going to wrestle Booker?
I think
And
so.
if so, we have to get Booker in here. I want to get Booker and Rex in here, like maybe 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, where we have. I just want to get to the bottom of this. Where's this coming from?
Did Will win?
I'm guessing so. I didn't see the result.
I didn't either. I'm gonna reach out and ask Will. Will, did you win?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Brad Gilmore wanted to come on the show. We said yes, and he has not said anything.
We gotta
back
wait
yet.
for him to respond, for him to see it. Maybe he can just tell it's you. Let's bring our guest in.
Bring it. Let me check it because I think Pierre's still not.
Okay, make sure he's coming. So what's everybody up to? We're hanging out, having a good morning. It is Monday morning. One of my favorite days of the week because we have a brand new week. We have a ton of stuff set up and stuff going on this week. It's going to get really busy. It's going to be really exciting. And we're excited to share one of these events that's coming up here in a little bit. So we're going to be talking about that. And then later today, we are going to a school that is for children and kids who are anywhere on the like autism spectrum, if I'm saying that correctly. So we're going to be showcasing that. It's the Oasis Foundation. It's their opening first day of school. So we had Ashley and we had Cody in studio and we were learning about all of that. So today is day one. So we said, hey, after they came in, we'll be there. Let's go. It's on a Monday. That's start of their school. We'd love to show what y'all have going on. So we're going to do a little Facebook Live, I believe, and kind of just let people know about their school because there are a lot of people who would want to support something like that. And then there are also people in our community who could also benefit from a school like that. And I think as far as we know in this area, there's not anything else like that that's helping us. So it's in Dickinson, and we're going to be going over there, showing what they have going on.
Children's Oasis Foundation.
Yes. What'd she say? She's waiting.
Pierre's still on his way.
Cool. I'm excited. We're going to meet Pierre.
She's like, how long are we going to be on? I was like, an hour. And she was like, a whole hour. And I was like, yeah.
Well, they don't have to be on an hour. Whatever they want to feel comfortable with.
They're comfortable with the hour. She's like, you guys can talk about this stuff? I'm like, listen, we could talk about anything.
Maybe.
Oh, man. All of my Facebook stuff got reset. So,
because your Facebook got hacked?
I guess. I don't know.
That's weird. Like the worst Facebook to hack into, though.
Yeah, what are you going to get access to? The radio station?
Maybe that's what they want.
They want access to the radio.
To delete our radio Facebook. Dun,
Ashley
dun, dun.
invited. Ashley was not a friend of ours. Had not liked KHEA radio.
Really?
Yet.
Interesting.
So we'll have to reach back out to Ashley.
Yep. Well, we're going to see her.
Stand by at 10 o'clock. We will
stand by.
Pierre. You posted the be safe and aware of your surroundings.
Yes.
For the flash flood warning.
I did.
Somebody said, turn around and don't drown.
That's the slogan, and it's great.
I love it.
Turn around, don't drown, because you always see the water. And like the other day in Galveston, the water kind of rose.
Ashley says I liked it from my other profile. Well, now you can like it from. Wait, do you have multiple profiles? I thought I was the only one that had multiple.
This
profiles.
is Ashley Helms. Were you talking about Gillespie?
No, Ashley Helms.
Oh,
she was one that had not.
Yeah, Curt has 2 profiles too, just in case. and he
just in case I get him put.
He went through.
Just in case I get him put in Facebook jail.
He went through and invited like all of his friends list on both profiles. Like which one is more Nebraska, I suppose, and one's more here. Or are they?
Yeah, probably.
So he invited all of his friends, which you can do that if you ever have anybody like your business, or you have a business you believe in, or or KHEA Radio's Facebook page. You can invite all your friends to go like KHEA Radio. You just have to go to your friends list, hit invite, or like go to our page, hit invite people like in friends or something like that. And then you can go say invite, and it just sends them a notification like, hey, check out KHEA Radio.
The sad thing is I sent like 800 from my other account.
Yeah.
And maybe we got like 4 people from Nebraska. I'm like, come on, people. I need more Nebraska people here to back me up on all this Nebraska stuff.
Look at that. Ashley said she has 2. One for when she's in Facebook jail. Also, I use this one for for my family.
Oh, you can put in Facebook. Ashley.
So somebody knows what they're doing, like when it comes to digital social media marketing. Whenever you have to have.
So wait, am I a digital marketing expert?
No,
then if I get put in Facebook
yours is because
jail?
you got hacked, and that's why you had to make a new one. And then you were just, I guess, posting stuff that wasn't relevant to the groups, and so you got reported.
No, those are the same ones.
Well, you were posting like soul food to like barbecue groups,
Soul
and like
food is barbecue, right?
No, and like to
man.
cook off groups and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work.
Somebody was like, "This is spam."
You call them when you have multiples, we'll call them promotional accounts, promotional social media accounts.
Ooh, promotional social media accounts for sure. And we need to get Ashley. Talk to Ashley. Ashley, give us a call after the show. 346-704-1806.
Send us a text right now, Ashley, and say, hey, this is Ashley.
Yeah, so then we can call you because we'd love to talk more about marketing and stuff. We make business deals all the time. We make money deals. I'm excited for Pierre.
We don't really we do like work stuff out, but
Making money.
We aren't really making much anything.
Yeah, we need new equipment. Full circle. TV deal.
Working on that TV deal, which is actually probably a lot more feasible than it sounds.
We should go on at the top of the hour just to say time announce, and then go. And then when Pierre comes, then we can switch over. Maybe start with weather, so we can get weather at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Believe it or not, we could probably be on TV right now, just because that's been part of the vision. But we just have to wait for those upgrades for our cameras, and then we would honestly be able to be on a local Houston channel. So it's pretty neat.
Well, that'd be cool. Kickstart.
Yeah, we would just have to work out some of our stuff as far as time, which we could do the first 30 minutes. We just have to work on our intro and then, our time. But we'd have to rebuild our clocks on here to maybe do some stuff. But no, it's very, very doable, I believe. Excuse me.
Yes, Ashley, I agree. Facebook auto reports people a lot for really dumb things. I feel like Facebook reporting things is a little epic. Ashley sent a message on Facebook Messenger. So
Sweet.
Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, we'll give you
a call or a message back, or call you through Facebook Messenger, which is like sometimes one of the most like shocking things. Like the first time somebody called me through Messenger, I'm like, what is happening? Has anybody ever called you that way?
No, and you can call people through Facebook Messenger?
Yes, your phone rings and it shows like a picture of the person, and it's like a phone call.
Really?
I wonder if they can call the radio station through that.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Is that possible?
I think so. Yeah, but go check out khearadio.com. Curt, please don't give me a call. See?
That's creepy.
Kind of. Okay, we got.
Oh, you sent me something called Celebration Seabrook.
Yeah, I send you a lot of stuff, or I tag you and stuff.
It's hard to keep up on everything that you're doing.
15 seconds. So we're gonna intro this top of the hour, and then we're gonna hit up weather and tease our.
As you're saying, weather.
Golly. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. It's 10:02. This is Kickstart. It's a beautiful day. It's a Monday morning. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we're having a fun time. We're going to have some special guests in studio talking about a Bay Area women's conference that's taking place later, I think next month. It's in October, but they're going to have keynote speaker Connie Watt, mother of JJ Watt, the vice president of the JJ Watt Foundation, which JJ Watt and his foundation have done a lot for our community, helping with effects of Harvey. They came and messed up a lot of people, and some people are still rebuilding. So we want to definitely spotlight this event and what Miss Connie Watt has to say. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is the KHEA Radio Kickstart Weather Center, brought to you by Texas Chronicles, History, Mystery, and Adventure with Curtsy, the Corn, Casper.
It's currently 78 degrees right now in Lamarck, Texas area. It's going to get up to a high of 82 today. There is a flash flood watch in effect starting from 1 o'clock today till 7 a.m. on Tuesday. They are possibly expecting that watch to be extended. So if you're out driving around today, please be careful.
Yeah, be careful. That's a long watch. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're proud to partner with Texas Chronicles, History, Mystery, and Adventure. For some of the best food, fun, and family-friendly adventures of Texas, look no further than Texas Chronicles, History, Mystery, and Adventure. Follow Joe Perez as he travels the Lone Star State, discovering all it has to offer. Connect with Joe through Facebook at TX Chronicles and Instagram at TX Chron. Texas Chronicles, History, Mystery, and Adventure. Yep. Shout out to Joe and all our partners. Texas Pit Stop, Bonnie's Donuts, Parish and Parish, Soul to Soul, and a lot of other people, and a bunch of individuals that just go to our website and help us keeping us going. Thank you, guys. Love you. Kurt's checking up on him. We're going to be talking about this Bay Area Women's Conference that they've been doing. Kurt had mentioned it's the second annual. So it'll be cool to see things that you learned the first time around and then kind of how you adjust the second time around. Because anytime you start something new from scratch, there's a big learning curve. And there's something that you can only learn from experience. People can tell you, hey, this is my experience. This is how you did it. But you kind of, to an extent, you have to learn for yourself. You can take all the advice in the world, but no two situations are going to be exactly the same. And this is a big event. So putting on any event is a task, and then putting on a successful event is a totally different thing. So right now it's 10:05. This is KHEA Radio 99.5. We stream live on our Facebook page, which you're watching right now, or you're either watching on YouTube, or maybe you're listening on the TuneIn app, or streaming our audio on our website, which is khearadio.com. I'm going to check our email right now, because if you ever want to get a hold of us, there's a bunch of different ways. You can send us an email, which is khea@khearadio.com, and we check it every day. So I'm going to check that right now. And then you can also send us a message through Facebook Messenger, or you can also send us a text or give us a call. There's a bunch of different ways. So I'm actually looking at this right now. It's pretty cool because our text messages are linked to our text messages are linked to our email. So we have a ton. And our number is 346-704-1806. We get a lot of texts. We got a bunch of feedback whenever we were talking about the Bonnie's Donuts food eating challenge. Like, hey, who out there can eat an entire 5-pound cinnamon roll? And if you're wondering why I'm staring at the screen like this, it's because I'm checking email and talking to you guys. So I'm deleting some of this trash email, which I've unsubscribed from multiple times, but they keep sending me these things that I don't want. So yeah, KHEA@khearadio.com. Feel free to send us a text, give us a call. And if you have any suggestions, maybe you have a business that you want to tell us about. You're doing something cool in the community. We'd love to be able to partner with you and get the word out. So here's some emails from SoundCloud, which we're trying to set up our podcast through. It's really not that expensive to do. I think it's only like a couple $100 a year to set that up. And then that will push it to iTunes. That pushes it to Spotify, where you can stream it. You could download it and a bunch of different stuff. Hello.
Hi, and you guys are going to be right here.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Pierre.
Gardy.
Gordy?
Gardy.
Gardy.
Yes.
Lisa.
Lisa? Okay.
Gardy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're here.
Yeah, y'all come have a seat over here. That works. Pierre and Lisa. Make sure. Y'all doing good this morning?
We're doing great.
Considering the rain,
Yeah.
perfect.
Is it raining right now?
It
It
is.
is
Pretty
and-
hard?
And apparently I have a weather app on my
Yes.
phone, and apparently there's a lot of flash floods predicted for this area. It's pretty
Okay.
nasty out there right now.
Yeah, it's supposed to be flash flooding until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Exactly. You must be on the same weather app I am.
Well, I do the weather for the station.
Man,
Ah.
we should have parked closer to the building.
Ooh, we have a bunch of meetings today.
That's my concern. Well, obviously the flooding, but I was like, oh. The other day it was raining. What day was that? We went to Sammy's on Thursday. We went to Houston on Thursday and we did some stuff. And man, it was around here. The parking lot will kind of fill up.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to wait for it to drain. And I just actually had to wait for it to drain enough for Curt to get to the car because we were taking his car. So I was
Because
like,
Gardy does not. Gardy just lets me like do all the nasty stuff, and he's like, "Oh, can you drive up to the door and pick me up?"
yeah, if you're going to your car anyway, then I
So
was like,
you're high maintenance? Is that what you're saying?
I guess some could say that. That's fine. That's fair.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, me too.
Just pick. I was like, if you're gonna go out, it's your car. I'll just be here under the awning.
So did the building sustain any damage from Harvey?
This building didn't. Not from water coming in,
Mm-hmm.
from the roof and leaks. Yes. We had another property that is like behind here that it did.
So
It
it came right up to the doors and then went back.
From here, it
Which
came
is
up to the
awesome.
doors and came back. But the parking lot here, it'll flood. But before all that happened, the city came out. They're awesome. We love the city of Lamar.
Mm.
They came out and retrenched the ditches and everything. And this campus was fortunate that it was where
Yeah.
My-
Location is important. Our house I live in Clear Lake, and we happen to be in a neighborhood that we're at the highest point, 26 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
So-
So Joe Perez from Texas Chronicles, he's watching. He's one of our partners here at the radio station. He said that he said, I used to work with Lisa a long time ago
Mhm.
when I worked at Clear Creek, and that you're awesome.
Tell Joe I think he's awesome too.
He can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming live on YouTube, which we just started our YouTube channel maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. And so it all comes through the mics. They can all hear us and they'll interact and stuff. So we have fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Talk, Curt. Let me get your level.
Mic check 1 2 check. My mic is now
You're
on.
he's so
Comes and
humble.
goes.
I know. He's
And
so
then it
humble
goes-
whenever he does my mic check, and then whenever he gets into it, he's
Is
just
it,
like,
is it
Whoa!
my mic?
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. So you guys actually have JJ Watt's mom. Do you
Connie,
15 seconds? Do you want to go on or no? Do you wanna
let's
go on?
talk. Let's talk for one more song, just so we
Sure.
can get a feel for
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
And then after that, we'll go on air.
Talk about the decision to bring in Connie.
How did that go? Is this the second annual?
This is the second annual event, and last year, it was right before, right after Hurricane Harvey,
Yes.
and so this year we decided to actually Lisa came on board at the early part of this year. Yeah, this was at the earlier January,
Mhm.
and we had a great event. But of course, we wanted to grow it, and as such, I decided to ask Lisa if she would she wouldn't mind coming on board to bring her awesomeness to our team, Top Star Marketing. So we basically kind of have two brands, Top Star Marketing and Top Star Events and Entertainment. And the event production side is what's producing the women's conference.
Awesome.
And so I brought Lisa on board, and we started planning very early on in the year. And actually, we're able to secure Connie after lots of back and forth. But she's been phenomenal in working with us. And we actually have a theme every year for the conference. So this year's theme is compassion. And so all of our programming is sort of centered around women in leadership and women in the community that exhibit that trait, that exemplify that trait.
Okay, where was the women's conference last year?
Same place, Hope Village.
Hope Village.
Which is in Friendswood.
Okay.
And they are, you know a little bit more about Hope Village than I do.
Right. They are a facility that works with special needs adults. And some of those are, they call them villagers, and some of them are, or most of them are residents. And they have a variety of programs that they offer during the day. And they've decided, and they're very philanthropic minded as well. And they decided to build a larger community learning center, which is what allows us to be able to host there.
Yeah. I think David Kirker's mom works there. I think if that's the same place I'm thinking.
What's her name?
Her Jude Kirker.
Possibly. We know the executive director, Sharon Prue. We know her through our relationship with the Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce. And so she's been really gracious the last 2 years. They rent the facility out, but they've been very open to allowing us to host it there. So we're really excited to be there.
A brand new the community center.
Yeah.
So it actually opened a couple of years ago, and it's perfect for sort of kind of the event that we have.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we actually, outside of Connie Watt, there's a lineup of other speakers that are going to be participating. So we have a women in leadership panel. We have a live cooking demo that's going to be done by Chef Mary Bass, which y'all are good friends with.
We're sneaking in. Our guys
we are going to have a gentleman's table.
We have a gentleman's table.
So some men are allowed to attend.
Yeah, so men are allowed.
We got 15 seconds. We're going to go on, and we'll kind of reiterate what we talked about and see where it goes. Y'all ready?
We're ready.
Let's do this. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have two special guests in studio. We're going to be learning about an event that is coming up quickly. This is, I think, the second annual. I'm going to have to verify that. We have Pierre and Lisa in studio. Guys, how are y'all doing today?
We're great. How are you?
Awesome.
Doing awesome.
Awesome. Thank y'all for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, there's an event coming up, and me and Curt have been talking about it. We first caught wind of it whenever we had Chef Mary Bass share it on our social media. She's really cool. We have her in studio as often as she can come in. And we saw, hey, there's an event, and JJ Watt's mom's going to be there. How cool is that? So can you kind of tell me what the name of the event is, where it is, and what is it about?
Well, Gardy, we are proud to host the second annual Bay Area Houston Women's Conference, which will be on Friday, October the 12th. We'll be at the Hope Village facility in Friendswood. And as you indicated, our keynote speaker for the event is none other than JJ Watt's mom, Connie. And we are super, super excited that she's agreed to join us for this.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't live here, does she?
No, we thought she did. And then we found out she's actually in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so she's coming all the way down from Wisconsin just to speak at this event. How cool is that?
Yes, she is. And so she's got two other boys that play ball.
Yeah.
And so when we were part of the back and forth that I was mentioning when we were off air is she's got a full schedule with three boys that play professional football, right?
You got to watch them all too, yeah.
So we were sort of going back and forth between availability on her being able to, go and try, make her son's games. And so it was kind of interesting when we were having the conversation on booking and scheduling, because it was like talking to like an award-winning PTA mom that's like, well, I've got my boy in track and I've got this and this and blah, blah. So except that these are all NFL players, right?
Yeah. And she's also involved in the JJ Watt Foundation as well, right?
Yeah, she was actually one of the founders of the foundation. Obviously, JJ's got to play ball.
Right.
And so, with all the fundraising and all the efforts that they're dedicated to, he decided to, why not let mom, run the foundation. So she's actually the founder and the president of the vice president of the foundation. The president would be JJ Watt. And so we're super excited because, as we were talking about earlier, every year we have a different theme. Last year it was courage. And so, we were looking to bring on women that exemplify that trait of courage. This year, we're excited to announce compassion is the theme for this year. And we actually have a 6-year plan. So every single year we have a different theme, and our programming is going to be built around that.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So with the courage theme, last year, I think you mentioned something about the event taking place around Harvey. Was that courage like on purpose due to the events of Harvey, or how did Harvey affect what y'all had going on?
Actually, Harvey is affecting this year's programming quite a bit, because part of that reason for reaching out to Connie, there's 2 things that we're really focusing in on. And that is the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey and the shooting that occurred at Santa Fe High School. And as a result of that, one of the reasons that really drove, besides the fact that JJ Watt is like a icon in the community,
like a superhero, real life superhero.
Oh, real life superhero. We felt like his involvement in reaching out to those people who had been impacted by Hurricane Harvey, and his compassion that he showed as a result of many students who were either lost their lives or were injured. It was just a horrific experience. We felt that was a great way to tie the 2 events in by having Connie come and be our keynote speaker. But we have other people who are centered around that as well.
Yeah. So not only is JJ Watt's mom, Connie Watt, the vice president of the JJ Watt Foundation, one of the speakers, there's also other speakers that are just as good.
Yeah. So we are featuring a women in leadership panel. And in that leadership panel, we have 3 women that are just outstanding leaders in the community, but are all going to share kind of their own insight into different situations. So to speak on Hurricane Harvey, we've got Wendy Ellis, who's a city administrator for the city of Kemah. And obviously city gets lots of traffic, and they were just instrumental in not just the preparation, but the aftermath of reaching out to the community. So we're excited to have Wendy Ellis on board for that leadership panel. In addition to that, we also have Umara Sajid, who is the newest owner-operator for a Chick-fil-A on NASA Bay. So it's a Chick-fil-A located right across the street from Space Center Houston. And our office is actually located a few blocks from there.
That's cool.
And so we've gotten to know Umara really well. And she is just a phenomenal young, courageous young lady. So the operators, which is what they call the franchisees in the Chick-fil-A world, there's about 65 plus locations in Houston. And I think there's 3 out of those 65 locations, 3 of those are female operators.
That's cool.
And so Umara is one of those. And then the company in general is just mostly men. And so we're excited to have her serve on that panel and to kind of share her story on moving up through the ranks in a male, mostly occupied role. And then last but not least, we have, which I'm really looking forward to this, is Dr. Lee Waugh, who is the superintendent for Santa Fe ISD. And it was just phenomenal to see, albeit the circumstances were not good, but after the Santa Fe tragedy, to see her just step up and be able to be so strong and also compassionate towards speaking with the media and being there next to Governor Abbott and when the president came. And so we're really excited to have her be part of this panel and share her insights into, what does her school district and the operations, and what has it been like, dealing with such an unfortunate situation.
Let's go back to kind of 2 years ago when you decided to put on the women's event, the women's conference. Where did that idea come from and why?
So I don't know how many media interviews I've done and I've been asked this question. It's a great question, but I think I've given a couple of different answers to it. And
I want to hear all of them.
You want to hear all of them. So they're all true, right? But there's a couple of different things that factored in. The biggest one was and And it's not necessarily such a positive one, but we had heard that some of the different organizations had tried to put some conferences, women's conference together in the past. And there was attendees / participating organizations that sponsored that were just not, they just weren't overjoyed with their experience. And so we began having some conversations that I think kind of was what planted the bug in my ear. And they said, if you could really deliver, if you could put together an event that was valuable to the women that attended the event, to the folks that attended that event, we'd love to be a part of it. And so that was sort of kind of the beginning. Me being the owner of the company, I was like, do I want to put a women's conference together? Like, what are my friends going to say? No, that's not how it went. But that was sort of kind of one of the pieces that allowed us to say, this is something that we can do. And, down in Galveston, they put together, very successful, very, well put together women's conference. Mm-hmm. And so we felt like there was a need in the area between Houston and Galveston, right in the smack middle, and to serve the Bay Area. And so we decided to move forward with putting together our first annual, or our inaugural. There's no such thing as first annual.
The inaugural.
That is correct.
That's why Lisa bringing the facts, fact checking, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
I love that wordsmithing.
So Lisa is here for year 2, and you have a background working in. Obviously, Joe Perez knows you, and you come with high praise from him. So that's really cool. So how did y'all make that connection?
Initially, Pierre and I met through, I had worked for a state representative for several years. And as a part of working for a state representative, it means community service and community involvement, which married in very well with my volunteer life, because and that's how Joe and I know each other, is through years and years of involvement with Clear Creek ISD from a parent standpoint and the Parent Teacher Association. But Pierre and I met through the Clear Lake Area Chamber and forged a professional relationship in that way. And then I actually reached out to Pierre when I became the Texas PTA president-elect. Our president was looking for some new energy to the board and was specifically looking for someone that had marketing background. And so I said, well, I know this young man, and we were trying to broaden PTA being known more as a mom's type of organization. We really wanted to diversify our board and have more male presence, and frankly, the Hispanic viewpoint as well. And so I said, I know this guy, he's perfect. And so I asked him, and he said, I'd be interested. And so Leslie Boggs, who was then the Texas PTA president, invited him to be on the board. And so we worked even more so together. And then we've kept in touch. I've done some board orientations. He has an advisory board. I've done that for him. And so last year, it's kind of amusing. I was actually visiting my family, and I was in the car with my niece, and he started texting me. He said, I really need your help on some things. And so we're texting back and forth. And my niece, who's 13, said, are you having a job interview? And I said, kind of, I think. Anyway, so, but yes. And so through my work with the representative, also through a lot of volunteering and being an event planner, from that perspective, from a volunteer capacity, it was just really a natural opportunity and fit. Yes.
That's awesome. So we learned about this event from Chef Mary Bass, sharing it out on her social media. What is she doing with this event, and how awesome is it going to be?
So I've known Chef Mary Bass for all the way back to my pre-Top Star life, which I was a marketing director for Chick-fil-A. And I officed out of the Kemah location right across the street from Kemah Boardwalk. Mm-hmm. And one day, the operations manager, I walk into work and she says, a lady came by and dropped off some cake balls. And I'm like, some what? And she's like, some cake balls. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And so I found out what cake balls were, and they were delicious. And I'm like, this is amazing. And so we were sort of kind of in the process of looking for something to incentivize our team, but that it wasn't cake and some of the regular old stuff. And we were like, this would be perfect. So the lady I was working with, I said, hey, why don't you call whoever dropped these off and see if we can order more from her. And so that turned into we would get cake balls once a month from Mary. And so we sort of knew each other then. and I just absolutely loved her energy. So we've kept in touch, over the years. Then I left Chick-fil-A and went to start, my company. And so at Top Star, I've also kept in touch with her. And she was, on the episode of Cutthroat Kitchen, and she's been named Galveston.com Chef of the Year. She's got just, not just awesome energy, but some good accolades to go along with her cooking skills. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, we are doing this women's conference. This is what we've got going on. I think we got to integrate you, and I think I know how. And she was like, all right. So we got together, and she's going to be every year we want to have kind of a session that's interactive. So something that allows, attendees to experience whatever it is that we're presenting. And so Chef Mary Bass is going to be doing an interactive live cooking demo, just showing kind of healthy tips for, on-the-go moms, working professionals, the women out there that are wanting to feed their family in a healthy way, and are maybe time crunch and stuff. And so I'm not going to give away too much of her
That's what I want.
planned, but it's going to be super interactive.
Awesome.
And it's going to be a live cooking demo with, I think we're going to bring in the mirror and stuff. So it's going to look kind of like you're watching, the Food Network. And then I think there's going to be a way for some of the women to participate in the actual cooking demo itself. And then we're going to be doing some sampling and stuff. And so, kind of a full 360 effect, all delivered by, our good friend, Chef Mary Bass.
That's awesome. We love Mary. She's a great cook. She's brought cake balls into studio before. Curt and myself, we were just tearing into it.
I buy them whenever she has them, and then I eat them, and then I feel awful and have to go on another 21-day cleanse. It's terrible.
You don't feel awful because they're bad. You just feel awful because you ate you indulged.
The 3 dozen that I bought and ate in one sitting, not good. Not good for
one
anybody.
cake ball, okay. Yeah, whenever it's 1 dozen cake balls for yourself and they're gone, then
Yes. Yeah, that's my problem.
just share them. You need to share.
One of the things with the women's conference, and we were kind of talking off air, is like, Gardy and I would love to go. 1, because it's a women's conference, and 2, because, there's so much cool stuff. Like, I'd love to hear what Connie has to say.
Yeah.
Can men come?
Yes. So last year we did 1 gentleman's table because I've got an advisory board, and then obviously I'm male, and I typically introduce the speakers, and I'm sort of kind of the MC. We're looking to probably for this year we're going to have a sort of a co-MC, so I'm going to have to split my role with somebody else. But the idea behind kind of the gentleman's table is to say that this is not just for women. This is also an opportunity for men to show up and hear the speakers, be part of the action. And are we fully? Oh, so we can see Lisa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lisa's
Kurt's
been
just
hidden the
rearranging.
entire-
Oh, am I hidden?
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Lisa. Yeah.
I'm short, so I'm usually hidden anyway.
Our viewers are just going up, skyrocketing. I guess.
Yeah, right.
And then if you put the screen over me, the viewers will go up even more.
There you go.
Oh.
They are going up.
There you go. So, lost my train of thought.
You're talking about splitting the emceeing.
Splitting the MC role and then the gentleman's table. So we're looking to fill up 2, maybe 3 gentlemen's tables this year. So
Cool.
we're excited about that. And it'll be an opportunity, I think, for men to say, I am just as equally involved in the things that can empower women in leadership capacity and finances and everything that has to do with adding real value. I will tell you, one of the things that Lisa and I have just talked about from a kind of philosophical standpoint is that we don't want this to be just a conference where people show up and they don't really get any real value in terms of women developing, walking away with kind of new perspectives and things that can add real value to their lives. And that's why we have a theme and we have a strategic document that's laid out sort of for the next 6 years.
That's awesome.
And so we already know what our theme is going to be for next year, and we already know what the theme is going to be for the next 4 years after that, and then we'll cycle through those 6 every 6 years. But just some of the feedback that we got from last year in terms of the panel itself, where there was kind of some tough conversations that were talked about, and people really appreciated being able to attend something that wasn't just, there is going to be some inspiration and there is going to be some things that are going to motivate you. But there's also kind of that panels where we use sometimes that space to say, hey, what are some of the challenges that you have in the workplace? What are some of the challenges that you have? And it's okay to talk about them, and how have these women that are in leadership capacity, how have they developed their ability to overcome those obstacles? And, those aren't always necessarily fun conversations to have, but I think people walk away feeling so much sort of connected and relieved when they say, I'm not the only person that's going through this, and somebody that's in a leadership role is also experiencing something similar. So we really love that that's kind of part of the DNA and part of the fabric of what this event is going to be for this year and will continue to be for the years to come.
Yeah, you were talking about the 6-year plan. How flexible do you have to be like in that planning? Because do you stick to it as it goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So there's some flexibility in there.
So I'm going to bring in my sales and marketing background from years ago. I think you can take and you can implement a plan, and you can see where compassion, let's say, for example, this year's compassion, you can see where that fits in a lot of different ways.
Right.
Pierre's mentioned more of the serious stuff, but we also have some fun plan too. And this was something that was really important to me. And I think it's proven itself to be true because merely from your excitement. And that is, we're really trying to keep those that are a part of this local leadership, local entertainers. And even though Connie isn't local, JJ Watt is local.
There's a tie there.
There's a tie, absolutely. So our fun event is a concert during lunch.
That's cool.
And America's Got Talent finalist Christina Wells from Pasadena is going to be our featured performer with her 7-piece band. And so that's something that's very different. You normally don't have a lunchtime concert. And that will be something that will be motivational, inspirational. And in her case, her story is that her size, she's a larger woman, and her testimony when you see her initially come onto America's Got Talent is that she was turned away for the size that she was, despite the fact that she has a powerful, beautiful voice. And so that to me is an opportunity for her to share how important it is to be compassionate to all people, regardless of what your physical appearance may be.
Yeah, because there's always like the Hollywood standard or what people think it
which
is.
Which is totally unrealistic,
right.
Mostly photoshopped, not real. I've heard Cindy Crawford say before, I wished Cindy Crawford really looked like Cindy Crawford. Because not that she isn't a beautiful person, but when she wakes up in the morning, she doesn't look the same way that you see pictures of. And so, yes, we have that whole Hollywood image, that whole way of making people appear to be different, and we need to be more real. And Christina's going to deliver that message in song. So
that's awesome. So there'll be some entertainment as well.
Absolutely.
During lunch, and it sounds like a good time. I have a question about like cost. So like how much and like where can you find out more information about this event? How much does it cost? Is there different ranges, and how does that work?
So our website is HoustonWomen'sConference.com. And you can get all the information about, lineup and tickets, and you can actually purchase your tickets online as well. So general admission is $59, which includes breakfast. It includes your lunch. It includes all access to all the sessions. You'll get a workbook. So, for spending all day, investing in your development, your leadership, your networking abilities, we think it's, certainly a great deal. We produce 2 events, the Women's Conference being one of them, and then another event called LeaderCast, which takes place in May every single year. And that event costs $130 for general admission. And so one of the things that we sort of kind of decided for the Women's Conference, we wanted to make it accessible for people. So we decided to go with a much lower price point for the general admission. And so that's what the pricing structure looks like for the Women's Conference. We do have a limited amount of VIP tickets available that give you access basically to the VIP experience, which I can't promise that it's a photo with Connie, but I can tell you that it has Connie's involvement in it.
That's cool.
And so those tickets are $109, and basically you get access to the VIP experience. Plus, there's some extra goodies that get thrown into. All the attendees are going to get a swag bag, and the swag bag has stuff from our sponsors that have already committed to the event and are looking to reward and thank all the attendees for being there. And so we'll have some goodies from our sponsors included in every swag bag.
Cool. Just out of curiosity, how much like space is there? Like Hope Village, when we're talking about that, how many seats are in there? Like how big is that facility?
So we've planned for this year for about 300 attendees. The space is good for up to 500. You can fit up to 500 there, depending on the seating arrangement. And our goal is that once we get it to that 500, then at that point we'll be needing to find a bigger venue to go to. But the event is on track to grow. That just this morning I checked my email that had the stats of ticket sales, and we're doing really well. We probably are going to be sold out of VIP tickets by next week.
That's awesome.
Which is great. And we're certainly crossing our fingers that we'll sell out the event period. So we're excited about that, and we think that just off of last year's momentum, that this event is on an upward and positive trend.
That's cool. So tell me a little bit about LeaderCast. That takes place, you said, in May every year. And how long has that one been going on? Did that one come first?
Yes.
Okay.
That event came first, and we produced that event four years ago. So this was our fourth annual. Yeah, this was our fourth annual. So LeaderCast is a pretty cool event. It is actually broadcast out of Atlanta, and it is the world's largest leadership simulcast. And they sell the rights to select cities all over the world. Andy Stanley, which I don't know if y'all are familiar with Andy Stanley, he runs a very, very, very successful church in Atlanta, and actually a couple of churches.
I think he's a pastor of about 7 churches. I'm not sure how all that works. It might be he simulcasts his sermon.
That's a thing like in churches now where they do that. They call satellite campuses.
Correct. Yes. So that's what he has. But he's been involved with the LeaderCast organization for quite some time now, and is one of the recurring speakers every year. And so basically it's so neat to be able to gather 150, 200 leaders, HR managers, VPs, CEOs, business owners that get together for a full day of listening to, just kind of world-renowned leadership speakers. So like last year we've had Tyler Perry, they've had Rudy Giuliani, they've had Condoleezza Rice, they've had, just like the best of the best in the world that speak from Atlanta. And it's so neat because it's live. And so, even though the folks gather around here, they're seeing the event as it's happening. And so that's what our second production is.
And that's at a venue as well, where you'll have like a screen set up, or is that?
Yep, that takes place at South Shore Harbor Resort.
Cool.
Who is one of our clients and actually our hospitality sponsor for the women's conference as well.
They just had the Bay Area Dancing with the Stars
this past Saturday. Yes, our good friend.
That was the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families. That
is correct.
That was their inaugural, fundraiser. As far as the Dancing with the Stars, I was watching some. I wasn't able to go, but I was watching some of the Facebook videos. It looked really nice.
Yeah, their dancing was awesome. So we're good friends with some of the lineup that was involved with that event, to include Cindy DeWeese, who is the president and CEO for the Clear Lake Area Chamber of Commerce, which we are members of, and she was one of the dancers. And then we're also friends with Becky Day, who is the marketing director for community relations for JSC Federal Credit Union, and also a big fan of the Women's Conference. And then we're also have an advisory board for my company. And on that advisory board, Chris Reed, who is the chief of police for the city of Kemah, serves on that advisory board for our company. And he was also one of the participants. So not to be name dropping here, but what I'm trying to say is that I've been very intentional about surrounding myself with a lot of talented people so that I don't have to do all the heavy lifting.
That's smart. That's smart.
It's weird how even for us to have we have Chef Mary Bass, who's one of our really good friends. Manish was one of the dancers, and he's one of our really good friends as well. Just all of these connections that happen. Can you talk a little bit about like what is Top Star Marketing? What is brag a little bit while you can, about what you guys do and how you guys operate?
So I started, as you know, in my past life, I was a marketing director with Chick-fil-A. Prior to that, I was in sales and marketing for Ashley Furniture Home Store. And then out of all my experience of that, I said, I'm going to start my own marketing company, and I'm going to go around and help build remarkable brands. And that's kind of sort of been our mission since we started in 2012. And it's been an awesome journey and a great roller coaster. When I started, it was me, myself, and I. And now we have kind of a core team, about 5-6 people. And then just independent folks that we use on a per project, per event basis. And so Top Star Marketing is based out of Houston. We're located right across Space Center, Houston. And we help basically brands become lovable and endearing by, smart marketing, strategic marketing, and also events. So that's kind of my spiel. I would say you can find out more information at topstarmarketing.com. And we are on Facebook as well. And does that answer your question?
I think so. We have more questions about marketing, but we're going to take a quick break. Right now, it's 10:43. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. We're on till 11 a.m. We're talking to Pierre and Lisa, talking about the Bay Area Women's Conference. Say the date one more time.
October the 12th, 2018. All the information is at HoustonWomen'sConference.com.
Coming up next is Building 429 right here on KHEA Radio.
Awesome. So I'm gonna have to scoot.
Yeah, he had sent me a text. That's why I wanted to do the break, and then we can talk to Pierre if you
mention the weddings.
Go to your
We do weddings. Too.
Perfect. Cool.
Really nice to meet you too.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah.
And I expect to see you all purchase your tickets so that we can make sure that you're at one of our gentlemen's tables.
There you
Gentlemen's
go.
table.
I
have
have
discount codes.
What's the discount code?
See you later.
Don't say it into the mic.
100% off.
No.
Tell everybody.
Yeah, it's not. She won't let me. She won't let me, and I'm the owner.
Cool. So Pierre,
Yes.
we'll play a song. We can go back on.
Okay, cool.
So cool. Top Star Marketing. So marketing. So you were kind of mentioning all the places that you've done it at. Like, so what year? Like around what year did you start getting into that? Where you're like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Well, I started the company in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and then prior to that, like I said, I was involved with Chick-fil-A for a couple of years. And then prior to that, I was with Ashley Home Store. So I've been in the marketing and event space for over 15 years.
Okay. How has it changed? Like from 15 years ago? Because even like in the last year, like with stuff we've noticed, social media, the internet, like all the trends and stuff, like how is it?
Digital has certainly evolved the quickest. And, at Top Star, we talk about a concept called change of velocity,
Mhm.
which is how quickly things change, right? Like what's the speed at which something is evolving? And when you look at TV and radio and all the ways in which you can advertise and market a brand, digital has been the quickest in making sort of influencing everything else to have to figure out like, hey, how do we stay relevant?
Right.
And how, and so it's an interesting conversation because when you look at, your whether it's your Blockbuster versus Netflix and your brands that aren't around anymore, the biggest reason why they're not around anymore is because they did not adapt to the change of velocity.
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of the inherent belief there is if you're not adapting to stay relevant with your audience, and in this case by digital, by social, then eventually you're not going to be relevant, and that's how brands dissipate.
Yeah, that's pretty cool how that is just like happening. Like for us, like we love to stream live, like on YouTube. Like we try and find every way where we can get out.
Sure.
And before, like, I mean, our background really isn't in radio, but we do radio now.
Right.
And so we've talked to people like from big radio stations who have come in and see what we're doing. Like, hey, well, you can't do that. You need to do it this way, this way, this way. But they've worked in radio for 30, 40, 50 years,
Correct.
And then we had some people that used to work in radio, and then they wanted to potentially come on and stuff. They're like, well, kind of stay the path and just, I don't know. But it's fun. We've had fun doing this, and we're learning our own marketing ways and social media and all that stuff. And we found like going out into the community is like the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Showing whenever people are doing cool stuff, like awesome events that that are beneficial. Like we love to spotlight them. That's what
so people like to follow a story arch, right? They like to be able to the pre-event or the pre-project or the pre-company opening, whatever it is, that's got a lead up type of pizzazz to it, and then the actual event, the peak, the momentum. And so when you look at kind of just the dynamic of a story arch, building it up in the climax and then the conflict and all that stuff, that sort of applies to the way that people interact with brands. And so we like to sort of work off of that story arch to say, how do we build and strengthen our relationship with the folks that follow us.
Cool. We got 20 seconds left, and then we'll go back on and talk more about Top Star if you want to, and then at the end we can remind everybody about the event.
Perfect.
And how Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
And we have Pierre in studio hanging out with us. Pierre, what's the name of your company and what do you have going on?
So we've got, I am Pierre Castillo, owner of Top Star Marketing, and we are the proud producers of the second annual Bay Area Houston Women's Conference taking place October the 12th, 2018. At Hope Village in Friendswood, Texas.
That's awesome. So we know a lot of people who have business. We know a lot of people that are doing some cool stuff. If you're in marketing, what are some things that people can do to potentially increase their business? Like what are some like free tips that people don't necessarily take advantage of that they have every opportunity to do?
So, social media is an interesting and very quickly evolving platform. But there's some sort of, I would say, kind of not tried and true, but some foundational things that really apply to developing a relationship and grabbing the attention of the folks out there, of the consumer, of your fans. And we were talking a little bit about this earlier, but story arches are so important because people follow them. That's why we love watching movies, and that's why we like to watch TV shows, and that's why we go to the movies, and that's why we read novels, because story arches carry you through a relationship and allow you to interact and feel things. And so when we talk about social media, one of the things that I see, so this is kind of like the opposite of the 3 tips on what you should do. I can give you some of the pointers on what maybe you shouldn't do.
That's just as good.
and the reason why I bring that up is because what we see a lot is brands doing the stuff that maybe they quite shouldn't do. So activity within social media is great. That's great that you're on Facebook. That's great that you're on Twitter. But you really got to have a strategy for how it is that you're going to develop your relationship with your fans. And that typically does not mean that you're going to be just selling and putting posts to sell stuff, right? Yeah. And so the biggest thing that we talk when we're talking social media strategy with any of our clients, we always say, look, you got to try to follow a 3 to 4 to 1 ratio, where for every time that you want to ask somebody to come buy from you, you got to tell them 3 things that are not relevant to sales, that are about your team, about your location, about a nonprofit cause that you're contributing to, about a fun fact about your business. So if you have a restaurant, I just recently saw on one of Chick-fil-A's page that they talked about, can you guess how many lemons, we went through for our lemonade, this year, and people guess and stuff. And so they're not saying come and buy a chicken sandwich. They're interacting with fans in a way that that is more like what you want to see on your social media feed. And if you think about it, I always say when we're doing strategy planning for social media with our clients, I always say, how many of y'all have Facebook? And inevitably, everybody in the room has Facebook, right? And I say, how many of y'all log on Facebook to go buy stuff, right? And then nobody's hands go up. And so I say, so when we think about the playbook that we're going to build for you, why do you want to be constantly putting your special rates and your discount off and your buy one, get one and all this sell stuff? Because the people that are on the other side aren't on social media to buy stuff. They're on social media to interact with the brand and to get to know a story and to deepen that relationship. And that's easier said than done, but it sort of drives a point home that, hey, you're a consumer yourself, right? You were just on your Facebook last night or a couple of days ago and you were scrolling through. Were you on there looking to make your next buy? And so that's one of the things that I would say is kind of where our starting point conversation comes with when we're talking about building a brand is, you need to be on Facebook. You just need to know that what you put, the content that you put on there is something that people want to consume, want to digest, so you can deepen that relationship.
That's good. I'm interested, how important is knowing who your clientele is? Because I've seen some people, you're trying tactics, but different people buy in different ways. Some people may not use social media. Is that important?
So, we talk about personas at Top Star and developing kind of your avatars, right? Who are the people that buy from me? And you'd be surprised. We talk with lots of business owners that don't really have their avatars and their personas identified. So they don't really know who they are, and they've got the information. They've got all the data from, whether it's from their all the folks that have purchased from them, that they could go back and see, okay, where, what zip codes are they coming from, or what kind of buying, patterns have they exhibited. And so, you're not going to develop it down to the exact science, but you can get a pretty good feel for, these are the type of people that buy from me. These are the 3 to 4 types of people that buy from me. It's a man that's from 35 to 55 that, is, works in the industrial or in the marine, you can develop those things. And then from there, you work yourself backwards and you say, what is it that those folks want to hear? And then how can I integrate my brand into that story?
Yeah, and where do they get their information?
And where do they get information?
Yeah, if someone's like works in the refinery and they're they're coming and let's say they pass a Mexican restaurant, a taco truck, and like a fast food. Where are they most likely to stop? And they're like, how do you want to entice them? I suppose, right?
Absolutely. And when you think about developing kind of those strategic messages, you actually are able to go back and measure and fine tune and say, hey, this is working. Like, we need to do more of this, or no, this hasn't really had, much impact. We need to back away from it.
One of the things that I think is interesting though, is you also can't forget the traditional mediums. You can't be forgetting about TV. You can't be forgetting about radio. I think it's still interesting when you sit down to watch, a football game, like even last night when, Green Bay and Chicago was playing, think of all the marketing dollars that go into those markets and how much people are willing to pay to even get 30 seconds. You do a 30-second spot inside of a major program like that, like a football game, maybe a Houston Cougars game or something. Think about what you can accomplish.
You also have to think about who's watching that football game too. So it wouldn't make sense for, I don't know, to do, maybe it would. I was thinking like a diaper commercial or something that, there's certain things that more people would be willing to buy that if they're watching the football game,
Food. I hate when Wendy's, I feel like I can just smell and taste the Wendy's
with the smoke that I remember I went to a commercial shoot, like that was years ago, and they put cottons in water and then they put them in the microwave. And I think when you take them out, the smoke is like they put it behind like the burger or the fries or whatever. And so when they're taping it, it looks like it just can't, it's all the cool things that people do to, give it the effect. But you're right. A lot of that too is sort of brand reinforcement, like how, I don't know if diaper is the right example, but a lot of times people make choices about what they're going to buy based on the perceived brand or the perception that they have of the brand. And truth be told, if you see a commercial for Papa John's on the commercial, when next time that you're thinking about buying a pizza, you're going to be thinking, of Papa John's. But more importantly, too, you're going to be like, Papa John's is associated with, the NFL or this, my favorite team. And it's those emotional connections that ultimately drive your purchase decision.
We love food at the radio station. So anytime you're connected with food, you're automatically thinking about KHEA
Right. I have
radio.
to come by and bring some Chick-fil-A sometime.
Yeah. We're big fans of Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is awesome.
Yeah. JJ Watt, I'm trying to think of some of the sponsorships he has, like HEB. Like, I'm a big fan of HEB, and it's like, oh, JJ Watt, he's in all the HEB commercials, and also just like him being associated with something that's him, his brand, he's partnering with them, so it must be good. JJ Watt's an awesome guy.
Right.
It's marketing.
And again, it's all about the story and the story arcs, right? And so people follow that because they associate HEB with. They associate JJ Watt with HEB with that association's there, and so it's very Texan,
It is, yeah, both Texas proud.
So there's actually a lot of studies that have been done, and that talk about they're called Pride Index, and it's basically the level in which people feel strongly about something. And I don't know the mechanics of how the study is done, but the last that I read some stuff about it, in the USA, in the USA, so there's 50 states. Texas ranks number 1 for Pride Index for Texas versus any other state. So you meet people from like LA and they're like, I'm from LA, or from New York, and cities have higher pride indexes except for the state of Texas. So there is something about people that 100% will identify as a Texan first before they say, I'm a Houstonian, or I'm from Dallas, or I'm from,
Oh, I get it all the time. I'm not from here. I'm from Nebraska.
Okay.
I hate Whataburger.
They're probably number 50 on the Pride list.
And I get it all the time.
Low
like,
Pride
just
Index.
leave. If you don't like Whataburger, just leave. I'm like, I'm sorry.
And that's a standing suggestion. But like, I would say it right now. So if you don't like Whataburger, you can leave. If you don't like JJ Watt and HEB, then there's 2 doors.
I like HEB and I like JJ Watt.
Okay, just
And
make
I'll
sure.
support the Rockets when they win a championship.
and the Astros,
And the Astros, yes, because they did win a championship.
they did.
That's that bandwagon coming in. It's 10:59. We have about a minute left. We're talking to Pierre from Top Star Marketing. Pierre, kind of tell everybody one more time before we have to go what the event is coming up and where they can find out more information about it.
Hey, I want to say thank you so much for having me on the show. I look forward to being able to come back soon and contributing some more. We had a good time here. Once again, my name is Pierre Castillo with Top Star Marketing and Top Star Events and Entertainment. And we are the proud producers of the 2nd annual Bay Area Houston Women's Conference taking place October the 12th, 2018 at Hope Village. Tickets are available. They're going fast, but you can get your tickets at HoustonWomen'sConference.com. And you can follow us on social media at Top Star Marketing and Top Star Events. We're also on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Snapchat. At Top Star Fans is our handle. And we're hoping that all of our listeners take the opportunity to invest in themselves and attend the Women's Conference, once again taking place October the 12th, 2018. Men can attend, and we've got a gentleman's table that you can sit in. And we're looking forward to a great event. Once again, October the 12th, 2018, featuring Connie Watt. We've got a lunchtime concert, Christina Wells, ABC's America's Got Talent semifinalist, and also our Women in Leadership panel with Dr. Lee Wah, Wendy Ellis, and Umara Sajid. So
awesome. Sounds like a great event.
Yep.
It's 11 o'clock. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8:30. We have a big day.
Yeah, we have Dr. Aaron Chapa from Leak City in studio for the Dr. Chapa Hour. And then we just have a busy day tomorrow. So make sure that you tune back in at 8:30 to 99.5 FM or KHEAradio.com.
Y'all have an awesome day. See you tomorrow morning.
All right, bye Facebook,
Bye, guys.
bye YouTube, bye podcasts. We all love you. Thank you for tuning in today. If you haven't done so already, go and like KHEA Radio on Facebook. Go and find our YouTube channel, subscribe to it. You guys are awesome.
All right, Mike, Sar.